By Crystal Dew. It's called Just Can't See 'Em From the Road. And it's one of my favorite songs because it reminds me of my great grandpa Skeet Bowman. And him and his older brothers started the Pro Rodeo Association. He was also known as the world champion calf roper. And off of his winnings, he bought 2 large ranches. And also he invented the gooseneck spurs and the Western Rodeo saddle. It's probably one of the most famous saddles that everybody knows today. He also invented the first horse trailer ever known in rodeo history. And he also, so this is our family brand. It's called the A-Dart. And when he bought one of the ranches, the brand came with the ranch. Ever since then, it's been our family brand. You don't see him much on the big screen anymore. Kids don't ride along with foraging, and that ain't really him, with all those feathers in his hat. Some Frenchman's name embroidered on his jeans. He's still out there riding fences, still makes his living with his rope. Long as there's a sunset, we'll keep riding for the brand. Just can't see him from the road. We never learned a two-step. Hell, he better learn to walk. He's worn a lot of leather off the trees. He's had 1 or 2 good horses that he counts among his friends. Never drew a breath that wasn't free. He's still out there riding fences, still makes his living with his rope. Long as there's a sunset, we'll keep riding for the brand. Just can't see him from the road. Was tall in saddle, short on the cash, the last to quit, first to buy the beer. Was knight in leather armor, still living by the code. Made him what he's been 100 years. He's still out there riding fences, still makes his living with his rope. Long as there's a sunset, we'll keep riding for the brand. You just can't see him from the road. Long as there's a sunset, we'll keep riding for the brand. You just can't see him from the road. While I was walking one morning for pleasure, spied a young cowboy just riding along. His hat was thrown back and his spurs were jingling. As he approached, he was singing this song. Whoopie-tie-I-O, get along, little doggies, your misfortune and none of my own. Whoopie-tie-I-O, get along, little doggies, know that Wyoming will be your new home. Early in spring, we'll round up the doggies, mark 'em and brand 'em and bob off their tails. Round up the horses, load up the chuck wagon, follow the doggies down the wholesome old trail. Whoopie-tie-I-O, get along, know that Wyoming will be your new home. You know Wyoming will be your new home. 'Cause I was out a-riding, graveyard shift, midnight till dawn. The moon was as bright as a reading light for a letter from an old friend back home. Why do you ride for your money? Tell me, why do you rope short pay? You ain't getting nowhere and you're losing your share. Boy, you must have gone crazy out there. So last night he ran into Jenny. She's married and has a good life, but you sure missed the track when you never come back. She's the perfect professional's wife. She asked me, why do you ride for your money? Tell me, why do you rope the short pay? You ain't getting nowhere and you're losing your share. Boy, you must have gone crazy out there. But they ain't never seen those northern lights. They ain't never seen a hawk on the wing. They ain't never seen the spring at the Great Divine. They ain't never heard old Camp Cookie sing. Well, I read up the last of my letter, tore off the stamp for Black Jim. When Billy rolled up to relieve me, he just looked at my letter and grinned. Said, well, I actually wonder, why do they ride for their money? Tell me, why do you rope short pay? You ain't getting nowhere and you're losing your share. Boy, they must have gone crazy out there. But they ain't never seen those northern lights. They ain't never seen a hawk on the wing. They ain't never seen spring at the Great Divine. They ain't never heard old Camp Cookie sing. They ain't never heard old Camp Cookie sing. This is another one of my favorite songs. It's called Little Joe The Wrangler. It was written in the 1800s on the cattle drive, and it was actually based off a true story. And it was first written as a poem and was later put to music. Today I'll be performing it as its original form. Well, Little Joe the Wrangler, he'll wrangle nevermore. Those days of the Bermuda, they're all done. It was long about last April when he rode into our camp. He was just a little Texas stray and all alone. Well, it was long late in the evening when he rode into our camp. A little old brown pony he called Shawl. His broken shoes and coveralls was a hard-looking kid you've never in your life seen before. Well, his saddle was a southern cack built many years ago. An OK spur on one foot idly hung. His bed rolled in a cotton sack, loosely tied behind. A canteen on the saddle horn slung. Well, he said he tried to leave his home because his pod, married twice, knew Ma'd beat him every day or two. So he saddled up old Shaw one night and let it chuck this way. Said he tried to paddle out his own canoe. Well, he tried to do the best he could, but we'd only give him work. He didn't know straight up about a cow. So the bossy cut him out of the mouth and kinda put him on. He knew he liked our little stray somehow. Well, he taught him how to herd the horses, learned to know 'em all, to get him in the daylight if he could. And to follow the chuck wagon always hits the team and help the Costanero gather wood. Well, we driven Red River, the weather is fine, camped out on the south side of the bend. When the north started blowing, so we called the extra guard, because it took all hands to hold the cattle in. Well, we finally got a millum. Little Joe called out for a rest. Barely had the kid got to the herd. The cattle lay stampeded like a hailstorm on they flew, with all of us riding for the lead. Between streaks of lightning, you could see a horse ahead. It's little Joe The Wrangler in the lead. He was riding old Blue Rockin' with the slicker o'er his head. He's trying to check the leaders and their speed. Well, we finally got a millum and they sort of quieted down. The extra guard back to the camp to go. But we thought one of them were missing. We all knew at a glance. So a little Texas stray boy, Wrangler Joe. Well, we found them there sunup. Old Blue Rock fell and washed out some 20 feet below. This pony mashed to a pole and a spur on the nail for our little Texas stray boy, Wrangler Joe. Little Joe the Wrangler, he'll wrangle nevermore. His days at the run, you know they're all done. He was longed about last April when he rode into our camp. Just a little Texas stray and all alone. Just a little Texas stray and all alone. Well, I'm gonna end on this last one here. I don't know if any of you guys out there have lost a dad, grandpa, or even a friend that was a hardworking cowboy. If you have, this one goes out to them. Rodeo's all gone from this old cowboy. He'll be leaving friends and family here behind. Then a long drive he'll be crossing over Jordan. Jesus called him home, it was his time. And if heaven needs a cowboy, they're getting up top hand. One good horse on 1,000 hills, he'll be riding for the brand. And if the pearly gates can't hold the cattle, we'll get him roped and tied. Hope there's peace in the promised land for cowboys when they die. Left a saddle to my sister, gave his spurs to my firstborn. I know I should rejoice, and still my heart has been torn. Now I know he will be smiling when he sees his dad again. And his mama with her loving arms will welcome him right in. And if heaven needs a cowboy, they're getting up top hand. One good horse on 1,000 hills, he'll be riding for the brand. And if the pearly gates can't hold the cattle, we'll get 'em roped and tied. Hope there's a peace in the promised land for cowboys when they die. Wish there's a peace in the promised land for cowboys when they die. I know there's a peace in the promised land for cowboys when they die.